Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT. We are live here on YouTube. It's very late here in South Florida. It's very late uh, in the night, so I figured I'd go live on YouTube because I've been wanting to go live on YouTube this week. Have had a chance to, so I'm not going to sleep for a while. So I figured I'd just take a walk and see what's up with the loyal subscribers here on TSS. So I want you guys to do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, do all that good stuff, and it should be a fun time. Let me know what city, what state, what continent you're watching from. I'm gonna take this live right here because I want to talk about this weekend's I don't know if you want to call it a big heavyweight fight, but it's a notable heavyweight fight because it involves the lineal champion, the Gypsy King, and the now newly crowned #1 heavyweight on Ring Magazine, that is Mr. Tyson Fury. So I'm excited for his fight this week with Tom Schwartz. We'll get into the Tom Schwartz fight. You guys can give me your boxing questions down below. I am not in my house right now. I'm taking a walk. So I'm gonna go until my iPhone dies. So how long that lasts, so be it. But I figure I got about an hour because my phone is fully charged. So there you have it. A man, Mason's Production, asked me. He says, "How do you think this fight is going to end?" I think Fury Schwartz is going to be for as long as it lasts, I think it'll be an entertaining fight. I know conventional wisdom will probably tell us that Tyson Fury will win a clear, easy points decision, fight where he gets on his toes, he outboxes the stiff, Tom Schwartz, who likes to plant his feet, and Tom Schwartz will be looking to land a big shot. So I'm gonna go with, I think Tyson Fury is gonna want to try to make a statement. It's ESPN. It's his not American debut, but it's his ESPN debut. So he's going to want to make sure he leaves a big impression in his Las Vegas debut as well. So I'm going to say Tyson Fury shows his levels tonight because if you remember, I don't know how many of you remember this fight, but before he fought Vladimir Klitschko, he fought Christian Hammer. And Christian Hammer was a heavyweight who in some respects is similar to Tom Schwartz, a European level heavyweight, a guy who was far below the level of a Tyson Fury. And Fury ironed him out. Fury ironed out Christian Hammer. I can't remember what round he stopped him, but I clearly remember him stopping Christian Hammer. So I feel this fight with Tom Schwartz will be similar to the Christian Hammer fight. I see Fury scoring a surprisingly devastating knockout somewhere in the middle rounds. And that's my bold prediction. I could sit here and say, oh, well, Fury's going to get a points decision, and he's going to do this, and he's going to do that, and it's really boring. But that's just too easy here on True School Sports. So let's make a bold prediction. We'll go with a Tyson Fury 6th round stoppage, and he makes a statement to the heavyweight division and really, kind of sticks his flag on the ground and makes a statement towards being that #1 heavyweight in the world until, he can actually prove it against one Deontay Wilder. So that's my bold prediction for Tom Schwartz versus Tyson Fury. But it is your boy BT. We are live. You see, we got Miami subs there in the background. So, you're getting a walk through South Florida, You're getting a walk through South Florida at the moment. My man, Rook Davies. What's up, champ? How you doing? Big shout out to you over there in England. My main man, Enrique Luna. Enrique, I saw your comment. You said that I was a bit confused with everything you were saying. I got the gist of what you were saying in my comment on my video that I put out about my depression and whatnot that I was going through last year. But Enrique, could you clarify? You said something along the lines of she's not the one for you, and that boxing is supposed to be my escape from life. I wasn't exactly sure what you were saying, so please clarify that for me if you can. Triple JJJ, what's up, champ? Russia, brother, buzzed over here. Hey, man, gotta do what you gotta do. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Hopefully you're okay over there in Russia. You're enjoying your night. I'm just walking through here talking boxing. Walking through the South Florida streets late at night, giving you guys some late night content. Late night with BT. Breeders versus Glavakia. I think Glavakia has an unorthodox style where his head is never on the center line. Breeders will fight in his mid-range space and make it a harder fight than it has to be. Yeah, in terms of, I would say, talent, if we're going on pure talent alone, I think Breeders is probably the more talented fighter of the two. We've seen Glavaki's style give a lot of fighters problems. Most notably, the biggest win of his career came when he dethroned Marco Huck and ended one of the greatest cruiserweight title runs of all time. So Glowacki is a good fighter. You know, I actually saw him fight live once when he on the undercard of Algieri versus Spence back in April of 2016, and I remember Glowacki. You know, he was moving his head out the center line like real good against Steve Cunningham, and Steve Cunningham is a tough fighter to look good against. And I thought Glowacki looked pretty good against it, in my humble opinion. So to get this fight with Briedis, you know, I don't know, man. I don't want to shit on Briedis because the only guy he's ever lost to is Usyk, and there's definitely no shame in that. But with Briedis, man, I always thought he was a bit overrated, and this is my opinion. I've always thought he was a bit overrated. So I don't know, man. I could see him catching Glowacki at the right time because Glowacki, maybe he's past his best. Maybe Glowacki has, you know, taking some losses. He's getting, I don't know how old he is, but I feel like he's getting up there in age. I have to check, but it's an interesting fight because of the timing of it. But my gut feeling says that unless Glowacki gets a stoppage victory, that this will be a clear or a close but clear points decision victory for Briedis. That's my opinion. So, but it should be a good fight. Looking forward to the WBSS cruiserweight this weekend. I know I haven't made any videos on it because there's so much boxing going on. There's so much content I'm working on. Like, you guys don't understand how much stuff I'm working on. Like literally today I have over 100 minutes of unedited footage. I have a exclusive sit down interview I did with Evander Holyfield. So you guys be on the lookout for that. I'm dropping it in parts. The interview actually has almost nothing to do with boxing. We talked about things that had to do with life and culture and, you know, even religion and all kinds of stuff. So, you know, that'll be out within the next, you know, couple days. So be on the lookout for that. Evander Holyfield. He's in the interview, he's got his shirt off, and you see how in shape the man is. You know, he's probably in better shape than everybody here. So in this comment section, and myself included. So be on the lookout for that. But I'm working on that. I got some prospect review videos I'm working on to educate you guys on some of the American prospects out here that you guys may have not heard of. So, you know, a lot of good stuff coming on here on True School Sports. But to get back to what you were saying, Glowacki, Briedis, good fight stylistically. I think Glowacki, like you said, has a good chance to really outbox a guy like Briedis, because Briedis is a bit stiff. We know Briedis will try to load up and I think hurt Glowacki. If Glowacki's anything close to what he was when he fought Huck or Cunningham, I think he's a very, very live dog. But they're in Latvia, so anything that's a close fight will go to Briedis, in my opinion. And maybe that's just me thinking from the American perspective, because that's how I'm programmed to think about close fights. But that's just my humble opinion. To be honest with you, the more interesting fight is Tabiti versus Dorticos. I think that's a very interesting fight because Tabiti's been getting a lot of hype over here in America from people in boxing circles, you know, because he's a big guy, athletic, you know, and trains at the Mayweather gym, looks good on the pads, you know, beating a couple of decent prospects, but hasn't really beat anybody of note at world level. Dorticos to me is a solid world level fighter, a guy with punching power, Cuban, tough. So definitely be a big fight this week. I think Tabiti should pull through, and if he's worth a damn as a fighter, he beats Dorticos. Dorticos though is no pushover, so I see this fight between Dorticos and Tabiti as like a 55-45 fight. I'll give it to Tabiti just because I think he's the more well-rounded fighter, and I think youth is on his side as well. So, you know, but that to me is the more interesting of the two fights. Just my humble opinion. Haka Mustang, what's up, champ? Van Media, what's up, champ? And my main man, 50 grand, Jasper Ram. That rhymed. What's up, guys? Hope you doing well. Haka Mustang, sup, BT? Does Evander Holyfield still spar? If he does, you know, I haven't seen him spar, but I haven't seen him spar at all. I mean, I've seen him shadow box, I've seen him do sit-ups, I've seen him run on the treadmill, I've seen him run on the Stairmaster, but I've never seen Evander spar, so I can't say that he does. I mean, he hasn't said anything about sparring to me. Now, we talked for hours, so. My man Shihi, what's up, champ? What's up? How you doing? Tom Schwartz is a bum. I mean, I think Tom Schwartz is a made-to-order fighter with Tyson Fury to look good in his ESPN debut, you know, in Las Vegas. So, you know, this is part of the plan for Bob Arum. Bob Arum is promoting the shit out of Tyson Fury here in America. You know, you can't turn on ESPN without seeing an ad for Tom Schwartz versus Tyson Fury. You know, people here in America didn't know what the hell a lineal champion was a week ago, but now everybody knows what a lineal champion is. And we must preface everything we say about this fight by stating that Tom Schwartz is ranked #2 by the WBO. So that just qualifies him as a great opponent. what do you think about the like to dislike ratio in your new GGG video? I mean, I personally, man, like, I don't really give a damn about the likes to dislike ratio, to be honest with you. I come out here, I give my take on boxing. Sometimes people agree with me in massive numbers, you know, and most of the time I think people do agree with me. And then sometimes I have my own hot takes and things I'm seeing in fights that people don't agree with, and that was one of them that people don't agree with. I mean, look, I'm not saying Triple G's a shitty fighter. I did say in that video that he's still a fighter of quality. I just don't think he's beating the likes of Canelo or Demetrius Andrade. That's all it was. We already know, going off the last fight alone, just going off the last fight alone, that he's not beating Canelo, because Canelo has improved in the pocket. Canelo has improved defensively. We've seen him grow heading into the Daniel Jacobs fight. He handled Daniel Jacobs so easy, so easy. It was easy work for him. It was an easy night to work at the office for Canelo when we speak about him against Daniel Jacobs. So the growth he's shown, plus the lack of growth that Triple G has shown, you know, that right there is enough for us to know that Triple G's not beating Canelo. And this is coming from somebody who, I mean, I've had my moments where I don't like Canelo and I've criticized him, and I've had my moments where, you know, I've called him a cheater and whatever, you know, clenbuterol, Canelo, all that stuff. But I can recognize his style, I can recognize the improvements, and say that Triple G is not beating Canelo. And as for Andrade, I mean, come on. I know my man Hawker Mustang is in the comments right now popping some junk, saying that, calling him doo-doo, saying he got a shaky chin. Okay, he got a shaky chin. I want one of them to sign the contract, because the way I see it is this: Demetrius Andrade is the bootleg Michael Nunn, and I mean that in like the nicest of ways, because Michael Nunn was a great fighter, and I love Michael Nunn, but he's like the bootleg, watered down version of Michael Nunn to me, which is actually a compliment more than anything if I compare you to Michael Nunn, because I love Michael Nunn. And the bootleg Michael Nunn schools Triple G, and that's I hope and pray to God that Triple G makes that fight with him. That's one fight I want to see. I want to see that fight more than I want to see him fight Canelo again, because the Canelo fight, like, I'm just so sick of it. Like, I'm really so sick of it, because we already know there's gonna be some serious bullshit, even if the fight is close. So why go through that again? Why torture yourself a third time? It's like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. Let's see. I might sit down somewhere, because I don't think it's smart to continue walking around with my guard down here in South Florida at night. But hold on, let me see. We got like, did you expect that people wouldn't agree with you? Won't agree with you. I mean, I don't know. I didn't really expect anything. I just went there, I just posted the video, and it was what it was, man. Like, honestly, I'm surprised that it got as much hate as it did. Like, people were threatening to unsubscribe to me, and one guy, I remember people were saying, "Wow, I'm sorry, Triple G was doing this, and did you not see that he was changing levels and he was more rhythmic with his movement?" Like, come on, man. I've watched Triple G fight enough. I understand that, you know, there are things that Jonathan Minks is trying to teach Triple G, but they're saying he's focusing the body more. Like, I don't know, man. I wasn't a fan of what I saw. I'm not really a fan of what I saw against Steve Rolls. I saw a fighter who his reflexes are slowing down. I saw a fighter who, against a longer, rangier fighter, who with deep amateur pedigree and counter punching abilities, is there to be had. You know, I think that's why I'm telling you, I think Andrade is a fucking nightmare for him. I think Boo Boo Andrade is a horrible matchup for him, because of those things, you know, because of his reflexes slowing down, because of the fact that Andrade would have reach advantage, because of his deep amateur pedigree. I just don't see him beating Andrade. Maybe 2-3 years ago, okay, I get it. Maybe, yeah, he beats Andrade, but not now. My man Rob Dick Long, be careful, it's late, you might get mugged out there. Nah, they don't want no smoke, bro. We good. GGG went back to being old GG. The fighter already ducked and age out. Wait out. Canelo will fight him next. Maybe they do fight him next, but I mean, he went back to being the fighter he used to be. I mean, come on, man. He fought, I mean, I'm not trying to like discredit the performance, but you got to look at it for what it was. You fought a fighter who, look, I take nothing away from Steve Rolls. Steve Rolls went in there and he performed valiantly. He did not lose because of lack of effort. So I'm never going to call Steve Rolls a bum. In fact, I like to see Steve Rolls fight a lower level middleweight, because I thought for many parts of that fight he was outboxing Golovkin. I even thought he won all 3 rounds before he got stopped, to be honest with you. At minimum 2, you know. I thought he did a good job using his range, and, you know, but Golovkin traded the rounds to land the body shots and hurt him. That's what it was. And when Golovkin finally hurt him, that was a wrap. So it was a trade-off. It was a trade-off of losing the rounds to win the fight. He was losing the battle, but he ultimately won the war. That's how I looked at Rolls versus Golovkin and how it all played out. So yeah, that's what it was. How come Andrade never stepped up? Well, when he was on 154, for the most part, these guys ducked him. They didn't want no smoke with Andrade. They ducked him. It's not even just that too. It's a lot of it was promotional issues and being caught up in a bad situation. But now that's not a factor. So he's with his own. He's a world champion. He's got a belt, and there should be no reason why we don't see the likes of Golovkin and Canelo fighting him. Head movement, and body shots. GGG trades off for a sparring partner, and that's an F it. I'm ending it. Yeah, that's pretty much how I saw it. You know, that's how I saw it. But I think he's gonna beat a lot of middleweights, but Canelo and Andrade are not one of them. I've always wanted to see Andrade versus Charlo fight for years. That'd be good. I rate Jamal Charlo. I rate him highly, but I rate Andrade a lot higher. So I'm picking Andrade in that fight. So hopefully that can maybe happen one day. I wouldn't mind seeing it. But it's your boy BT. We are live here on True School Sports. We're taking a walk through the mean streets. Yeah, right, mean streets of Hollywood, Florida. I'm walking somewhere right now in Hollywood. So eventually I'm gonna go sit down somewhere. So I'm not looking at my camera. Where does Andrade live? They say he lives in Rhode Island. I actually heard he's here in Miami right now. I've been seeing videos of him at 5th Street Gym here in Miami, and I saw he was in Boca. So I don't know, maybe I need to hit up Andrade and see if we could get an interview with him or something. Little Jacob, what's up, champ? How you doing? But I wanted to get back to this Fury-Tom Schwartz fight. You know, there's not really a ton to talk about, but I will say that I think this fight has parallels to the Christian Hammer fight. Like, if you guys remember when he fought Christian Hammer before the Vladimir Klitschko fight, he ironed Christian Hammer out of there. Christian Hammer and Tom Schwartz are pretty much on the same level. I would actually say Christian Hammer is probably maybe at a higher level than Tom Schwartz is. So that really tells you about where he is as a heavyweight, you know, Tom Schwartz. So I expect Fury, and I never thought I'd say this, but I expect Fury to truly, like, iron him out and flatten him. Like, and I know you really should be saying that with Fury because he's not known as a puncher, but that's just where I think Tom Schwartz is as a heavyweight. Now, as far as the fight, it reminds me of the Christian Hammer fight, but the build-up to this fight reminds me a lot of the, if you guys remember when Fury came back and he fought Sefer Seferi, whatever his name was, Sefer Seferi, like they were real friendly, and they were kissing and doing gay stuff, kind of like homosexual type stuff, hugging each other. Like, it was a real like friendly type of build-up. So, you know, that's what the build-up reminds me of. So that's what it is. Let's get to some of your comments. We got Triple JJJ looking good in the gym, bro. Yeah, man, I'm getting there. The video I showed you guys, my first sparring session. So, like, the first 2 rounds, if you guys had a chance to watch me in the ring, like, I was nervous. I was rushing my shots. If you notice, my feet were very flat. I wasn't on my toes. I was using my speed and my movement. So, you know, these are things you learn as you get in the ring, and when I calm down, you'll see me use my speed and my angles a bit more. But I thought I did pretty good. My sparring partner in the video, Kanan, the guy who was like 4 weight classes bigger than me, you know, I backed him a couple of times. I landed some body shots. You know, there was one body shot I landed where I got him in the corner. I went bam right to the body, and I kind of heard the gas get taken out of the tank from him, and he kind of had to take a 2-second, 3-second breather before he came forward pressing me again. So I thought it was a good sparring session. I was really tired too, because you got to understand, when you're in the ring and you're sparring, it's very difficult. It is very difficult when you haven't been there for 18 months. Someone asked me how tired was I. I was exhausted. I was puffing and puffing, and all I wanted to do was go sleep when I got home. Little Jacob said, true, did you see my team take a beating in the Champions League final? Yeah, they let me down, man. I was going for Tottenham to get the job done because I'm an Evertonian, as you know, and I don't want to see Liverpool win a damn thing, and they let me down greatly. I think it was really stupid of Pochettino to start Harry Kane, as he was damn near non-existent. I think it would have made more sense to start Llorente up top and then bring Harry Kane on in the second half somewhere around the 65th, 70th minute. So then he could use that big, powerful frame to run at defenders. So, but Fury, looking forward to his fight because, you know, we gotta look at it like this. This will be his 4th fight of his, you know, quote-unquote second career, and he's active again. And you know what? As boxing fans, we should be happy about this. We should be very, very happy that one of the most talented heavyweights of his generation, and you know, when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, he might just go down as the best heavyweight of our time. You know, Tyson Fury's back in the ring. You know, and he's active, and he's doing his thing, and you know, okay, is he fighting the creme de la creme of the division right now? No, he's fighting freaking Tom Schwartz, but you know, he's ranked number 2 by the WBO, so that justifies everything. But you know, Tyson Fury being back in the ring is good for boxing. It's great for the heavyweight division. It's great for, I think it's really great for boxing in this country, because even though I know in America we have a heavyweight champion, you know, Wilder really hasn't caught on here in America because he's been poorly promoted. And now I think that with Bob Arum promoting Tyson Fury on ESPN, I mean, it's a damn near match made in heaven. So I'm really, really, really excited to see how this all plays out, and I think it's gonna have a positive effect here in America, because I mean, I swear, I watched, you know, I'm in a hotel now, I'm staying at this hotel now, and I'm kind of in the process of moving. So with that being said, you know, I've been watching a lot of ESPN recently, and I keep seeing these damn Tyson Fury commercials and ads, and you know, they're really promoting the shit out of him. So Bob Arum's doing this thing. He should honestly do the same thing with Terrence Crawford. You know, Crawford doesn't get this kind of promotion on ESPN, straight up, and that's not the same promoter. So that's just my humble opinion. Big Ball McCall, I like that. It's funny. It's a good name. Go find a hooker. Nah, I'm good, champ. We'll save that for later on. I'm just joking with you. Gift belt, fellas. If Fury loses on Saturday, would that be a bigger upset than AJ versus Ruiz? Bro, if Fury loses on Saturday, he should retire. And yeah, honestly, because I mean, Tom Schwartz, I mean, if we look at Tom Schwartz's career, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Tom Schwartz's career, but when we talk Tom Schwartz, I mean, the most notable heavyweight name on his resume is what? Sened Gashi. And what is Sened Gashi known for? He's known for getting folded up and knocked out by Derek Chisora, or no, by Carlos Takam, and getting outboxed by Derek Chisora. So it is what it is. I can't take a dude with a nose piercing seriously. Let's see. I heard Fury say that his fight with Thomas Schwartz might be for the WBO strap. I keep hearing that. I don't know why that's the case, but if that is the case, that's gonna make the fight. Hold on. That's gonna make the fight just that much bigger, I guess, right? So it is what it is. My man Bam Media said, bro, what are you doing at 1:35 a.m. in the morning in the streets, bro? Listen, I've walked later than this where I'm at. Like, I'll be fine. I'll be good. You know, if anything happens, you guys will just see more. You guys finally see a fight on True School Sports pay-per-view. So, you know, I know where I'm at. I know, like, where to walk and where not to walk. I'm good. Don't worry about me. You know, if you're that worried about me, just pray for me. Those places look shady. Be careful, bro. I mean, I won't lie to you. I'm in Hollywood right now, so. What is it? I mean, I'm not in the best part of Hollywood, but I'm definitely not in the worst part of Hollywood. I'm almost in downtown Hollywood, which is like, you know, once you get there, it's like, it's not that bad. What do you think about Stephen A. Smith saying he knows boxing by listing big name fights? Stephen A. Smith is honestly, look, I've been following Stephen A. Smith as an American basketball commentator since he had a show, because many of you may not know this. He had a show, his own talk show on ESPN years ago. It was called Quite Frankly. And with him being a boxing guy now, or them trying to masquerade him as a boxing guy, I mean, I get where ESPN's coming with it, because he's a controversial figure. He knows how to kind of play on the heartstrings of people's emotions, but I'm not really a fan of Stephen A. Smith as a boxing guy. I think he's doing a piss poor job. He's disrespected fighters. You know, I really think he needs to get an education in boxing, in some of the things you can and cannot do when you cover the sport. And I think it should be, I think for him at least, he should get in the ring and spar 15 rounds if we're talking about boxing. I bet you if he spars 15 rounds in a boxing gym, his whole way he talks about fighters will change. Because anybody who's been in that ring, who's taking punches, who's put in a mouthpiece, they're not going to talk about fighters the way he was talking about Andy Ruiz and Anthony Joshua the other night. So, not really excited about. I'm not really a big fan of him. BT is a serial killer. That's right, champ. I ain't no serial killer, but I mean, look, yeah, I know how to handle myself in the streets. I've been in enough street fights. Been in a lot of street fights, you know. Growing up I'll tell you guys something. I'll tell you guys 2 interesting facts about myself you never knew. So when I was in grade school, because I was always shorter than everybody, so I had to know how to fight. I had to know how to fight at a young age. So I remember I'm gonna say from the 3rd grade all the way to the 11th grade. So basically for an 8-year stretch, I averaged at least one fight in school. So from 3rd grade to 11th grade, I got into at least 1 fight. Some years it was 2, 3 fights. Some years it was 4 fights. When I was in 4th grade, when I was in 3rd or 4th grade, I can't remember what year it was. There was one kid who I got into a fight with, and his mother was actually Ada Velez, who was the first Puerto Rican female champion boxer. I don't know. So that's an interesting fact. So I guess I was always meant to be involved in boxing. Because even when I was a kid, I was fighting kids whose moms were fighters. Battle Rifle, what's up, champ? How you doing? Make sure you smash that like button, man. Let YouTube know that you're rocking with True School. How do you think ESPN is doing promoting Fury? Look, I can't say enough for the numbers that they're gonna generate, because I think what they made a mistake was the fact that maybe the Fury fight is on ESPN Plus. So I'm not like a massive fan of that, but I like the fact that they're, you know, pretty much in your face with it. Like, you can't watch ESPN at all whatsoever without seeing or hearing something about Tyson Fury versus Thomas Schwartz. Like, even on the bottom right hand corner of the screen, they have like a fight poster and, you know, just that going on. So I think they're doing a good job promoting them. I'm not really sure what the number's gonna be like, because again, it's on ESPN Plus, and I think that's probably where they have made an error. I think this fight should have been a regular ESPN. So if there was something to criticize or something I don't agree with how they're promoting Tyson Fury for his Las Vegas debut and ESPN debut, it's the fact that it's on ESPN Plus, because not everybody has ESPN Plus. I know supposedly ESPN Plus has a lot, like 2 million people or 2 million users, but how many of those people are going to watch boxing? So I don't know. Stephen A. Smith is not qualified to discuss boxing, but basketball, I have to give him props. Yeah, he knows about basketball, because that's what he knows. He knows about, he played college ball. I don't know how many of you guys know that. He actually played college ball for some school in North Carolina. I can't remember the name of it, but it was a smaller school in North Carolina. So he knows about ball. I can't take that from him, but boxing, please, get me out of here. He couldn't spar 2 rounds. No way. No way, no how. ESPN is only making Stephen A. Smith cover boxing because he works with Max Kellerman. Yeah. How tall am I? I'm not a big guy. I'm only pushing about 5'5", 130, but a solid 130. So don't get it twisted. A solid 130. My punching power is about 160. Riddick Bowe says that I punch like a middleweight. So I mean, shout out to Riddick Bowe. Oh yeah, you know what's funny? Josh Warrington, Kid Galahad. See, there's so much boxing on this weekend that I haven't had a chance to talk about everything. That should be a good fight. Not sure who I favor. I know a lot of people are picking Kid Galahad. You know, I haven't watched enough Kid Galahad to have an opinion on that, but that'll probably be a fight. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna watch that fight or the WBSS fight. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to make my mind up on that one. So Tiafimo, hold on. I'm going through your questions, guys. I'm making sure I'm okay out here. I'm safe. Can't wait for the Fury fight, masterclass boxing lesson, and a late stoppage from TKO. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that this isn't a horrible performance from Tyson Fury. That'd be bad. What round is Tyson Fury winning this weekend against Tom Schwartz? I got him stopping Tom Schwartz in the 7th or 6th, probably somewhere in that neighborhood. Am I walking in a circle? No, I'm not walking in a circle. I'm actually walking in a straight line. I just everywhere that I'm walking looks pretty similar, so that's probably why you think I'm walking in a circle. Let's see. Your question, Doug. What did you ask me? Triple JJJ. Ask it again, cause I don't know. I'm like walking and I'm moving, and I'm not trying to duck nobody's question. So if you guys ask a question and I don't see it, just ask it again. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta cross the street. Give me 1 second. But yeah, we're here right now. We're in the where are we at right now? We're in downtown Hollywood. We're in illustrious downtown Hollywood, so that's what it is. So you know, you got, let's see what we got here. We got freaking like bougie little restaurants right here, you know. Someone said, "Are you looking for hookers?" Nah, I'm not looking for no damn hookers, champ. I'm just walking around talking boxing with you guys. What weight do you think Fury will weigh in at? That's a good question. These are the kind of questions we need to be asking here on True School Sports. He came into the fight with Vlad Klitschko pushing about 256. For Schwartz, I'm not really too sure. I mean, I would expect him to be somewhere on that 256 neighborhood. You know, maybe 254-ish, something like that. I don't expect him to be too much lighter than he was when he fought Wilder. So we'll see. True School Sports about to finish a drug deal. Nah, man. Some of True School Sports head on the silver. Are you in the hood, mate? No, I'm not in the hood. I'm actually very much in a good area. I'm in downtown Hollywood. You know, after hours. You know, it's not really like popping right now. It's usually popping during the weekend. But we in downtown Hollywood right now. Hollywood, Florida, that is, just so you know. We're in downtown Hollywood, just walking around. I'm in a good area now. But the pathway to get to downtown Hollywood, that's not the best area. I'll be honest with you guys. So we're taking a bit of a risk, but we're in a bit of a safer area now. So that's why my head was on a swivel. That's why I was looking like I was a freaking point guard. There's a bench. There's a bench somewhere around here. I go and sit with my dad at sometimes. I'm looking for it. Someone asked, do you still favor Teofimo Lopez over Lomachenko? Perhaps. I mean, no, I don't know, man. This is gonna sound really stupid, but like, I don't know. With him getting married at a young age, I don't want to down Teofimo. You know, you're entitled to do what you want to do. You know, it's his decision. But I think it was a bad move. I think he's gonna lose his edge, and that girl's gonna fuck his head up and potentially take his money. You know, I'm not gonna tell you guys what I know, but there are some things I have heard. Watch out, bro. Trainings will try to snatch your soul out. Then I'm good. I'm good, champ. I'm good. I got hands. Inoue could smoke Josh Warrington. You think so? I don't think so.
Sorry, bro. What happened?
Oh no. Inoue versus Warrington. You said? I'll go with yeah. I think Inoue would smoke him. True School Sports, Warriors, Raptors. I personally got the Raptors with Kevin Durant out now. Nah, I think the Raptors are choke artists. Straight up. Toronto is they're straight choke artists. I think that game right there was a chance to seal the deal, and they blew it. They blew it. So I think the Warriors are going to use Kevin Durant. They're going to be very hungry. They're going to rally around this whole injury, and they're going to iron the Raptors. If you know, you got to understand, it's not just the fact that Toronto choked the game away. It's also the fact now that you have this whole emotional story with Durant, and you know, with a team like the Warriors, you gotta step on their throat. But that's just my short little take on that series. You see, it's hilarious. Like, we're gonna get back to boxing here in a second, but like, I'll show you guys. We're in downtown Hollywood. You know, there's like lights and all this stuff around. You know, when you come to downtown Hollywood, you see a lot of funny things because you see all these men out here with their wives and their girlfriends, and you hear all the girls saying, "I love you so much, baby, I love you so much." It's the funniest shit. But make sure. Got a strip club over there. It's a strip club. No, I'm not near Roy Jones, man. Roy Jones is very, very far from where I live. Roy is from Pensacola like me. Look, this is South Florida for you guys. We got people getting lit. They're getting lit. Nah, Roy Jones is way up there in Pensacola. I'm in South Florida, so I'm a ways away from Roy. I think Tyson Fury is going to literally Tyson Fury is going to outbox the daylights out of Wilder. Wilder will be lucky to land one punch in the next fight. I think we're going to see an all-time great, legendary performance of Tyson Fury. Because you got to understand, he was 10 pounds above his ideal weight when he fought Wilder. It was his first big fight in 3 or 4 years, and that's how good he looked. You know, I don't think there's much different Wilder can do, but I definitely think there are some things Tyson Fury can do differently. And it looks like, from what I can see, that Fury is working on those things. Someone says, "Are you near the Hard Rock Casino?" I'm not like right near it, but I'm not that far from it. You know, please, Fury, end this chumping Wilder. Yeah. I don't know if you guys do. Any of you guys that are watching this, I'm not sure if any of you guys watch. Do you guys watch Rummy's Corner? He's a pretty good channel, a very good channel actually. Rummy's Corner made a video about Wilder, and he was giving a historical context about just his title run. Wilder has made 9 title defenses, and if he defends his title for the 10th time, he's going to be saying he's going to be only the 6th man in the history of heavyweight boxing, any era, to defend his belt 10 times. I believe the other 5 are you have Klitschko, Joe Louis, Larry Holmes. Klitschko, Joe Louis, Larry Holmes, Wilder himself. I'm forgetting the rest. I'm drawing a blank right now on the rest. But I was watching this video and I thought it was very, very interesting. You know, big shout out to Rummy's Corner. Go subscribe to him if you haven't already. Go subscribe to True School Sports if you haven't already. Give myself a shameless plug. I'm trying to get to that 20K mark, you know. My money is on Schwartz. Tommy Burns. There you go. Tommy Burns. Oh yeah, Fury has crazy cardio. I mean, even as I'm only 130 pounds, 5'5" myself, and you know, so I'm a speed guy. Even though I kind of didn't really show it in that sparring session video I put up for you guys, 'cause I was very flat-footed there. But I am very fast, and you know, even if I try to box like Fury for 3-4 rounds of just shadow boxing, hey, I'll be tired. I'll be huffing and puffing. I'll struggle. So, you know, you gotta give credit to Fury. He's a unique talent, and I think Emmanuel Stewart had it right years ago when he said that Tyson Fury will go down as one of the most dominant heavyweight champions, or the next dominant heavyweight champion in boxing, along the lines of Lennox Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko. But I'm gonna show you guys where I'm at. I mean, look, we're here. This is Young Circle, guys. This is a very famous spot. Not famous spot, but if you're from South Florida, you know, this is somewhere where you can come and hang out. I've hung out many times here during my youth, and to this day I still come here. You know, they got like the food trucks here on Mondays. I've taken girls out here on dates. There used to be an Argentinian restaurant right over there. Oh, you guys want to hear? I'm gonna show you guys something funny actually. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of a South Florida boxing history lesson right now. Y'all want a history lesson? We're gonna give you guys a boxing history lesson right now, because there's a very famous event boxing related that happened right here in Young Circle, and it's funny how I'm doing this live because I can actually put you guys on game to some boxing history that you may not have known about if it wasn't for your boy BT. So I'm gonna let you guys know something. So make sure you guys smash that like button, because we're gonna put you guys on some game right here. So right now we're in Young Circle, and in Young Circle and here in Hollywood, Florida, there's like a lot of restaurants and things to do and all that stuff. So I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see how it looks. Let me see, hold on. So right over there, hold on, let's get a little closer. I'm gonna show you guys something. I want you guys to see this. You have to see this. All right. I'm gonna put you onto some boxing history right now. So y'all don't know this, but I'm gonna put you onto some boxing history. Okay. Let me cross the street right quick. Make sure I don't get by no damn cars. you guys about to have your minds blown. It just hit me too, because I'm doing this live, and Normally, you know, I wouldn't condone doing anything, but normally I wouldn't think about like things like this on the run, but all right. So as you can see right here, look. So right now we're here in South Florida. We're here at Young Circle. We're here in Hollywood. Right there, that's Mamma Mia's Italian restaurant. Now, this restaurant holds significance in boxing for one reason and one reason only. Now, I don't know if any of you guys remember. Do any of you guys remember when Shannon Briggs, when Vladimir Klitschko was eating, Vladimir Klitschko was eating, and Shannon Briggs comes in and he eats his and he starts eating food off his plate, and then Vlad pours water on his head. This right here is where that happened. This restaurant right here is where Shannon Briggs barged into the restaurant, and where he took water off. He took food off Vladimir's plate, and this is where Vladimir poured water on his head, and Shannon Briggs got thrown out of the restaurant right there. So this is actually one of the most legendary spots of the Let's Go Champ Shannon Briggs thing. So this underrated fact, Mamma Mia's Italian restaurant. I've never been there. I've never been here. I mean, this restaurant has been here forever in South Florida, in Hollywood. I've never been there because it's quite expensive, but that's where Shannon Briggs and Vladimir Klitschko had their famous altercations. So that's actually historical, underrated boxing news you're getting here on True School Sports. So look, you get it all here. See, there it is. There it is. You get it all here on True School Sports. I'm walking, just having a good time, talking to you guys, enjoying my night. You know, we walk through the hood to get to a better area, and you get put onto some boxing news. So where else in the world are you gonna get boxing content like that? You wouldn't get that shit anywhere else. You know, you don't get nobody walking at 2 in the morning in the hood, then to downtown talking boxing. So you know, that's that True School Sports boxing talk. But just wanted to show you guys that. But yeah, very historical, very legendary. Malignaggi versus Artem Lobov on June 22nd in South Florida. Bare knuckle fight. Who you got winning? Well, I heard. I don't think it's in South Florida. I heard it's in Tampa, which is like more like West Florida than it is South Florida. But it's interesting, man. If Paulie's hands aren't brittle, and you know it's bare knuckle fighting, he's a boxer, so you're a skilled craftsman. You know how to throw punches. I would say Paulie, but I'm not really sure, man. I'm not gonna say act like I know a lot about Artem Lobov. But what I will say about Paulie is I'm kind of pissed at Paulie because Paulie actually came to the heavyweight factory. Paulie Malignaggi actually trained for one day at the heavyweight factory, which is weird because he's never ever come to the heavyweight factory. Like he always goes to Fifth Street Gym in Miami. And normally on Mondays I go to the heavyweight factory. So I didn't go to the heavyweight factory on this day, and he was there. So I told one of the guys at the gym, I said, if Paulie is there anytime this week, I want to get some rounds of Paulie Malignaggi. I wanted to spar Paulie Malignaggi. But they said it was like a one-day thing, and he went to some other gyms around South Florida. So no sparring between BT and Paulie Malignaggi. But I really wanted to spar Paulie Malignaggi. That would have been great. Artem is an MMA journeyman, basically. Yeah. Okay. Well, if he's an MMA journeyman, then freaking Paulie should iron him out. Yeah, I think Shannon's got to hang him up, man. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and say I know Shannon on a personal level, like other people around South Florida, but I know him well enough to know that a lot of times when he does a whole Let's Go Champ thing, he's really conning you guys. He's conning you guys. I mean, I enjoy it. I think it's funny, but he's really conning a lot of people. He doesn't want to fight. It's all just a money-making ploy for him to get notoriety and stay relevant and, you know, leverage it out into other business ventures. So, you know, I'm sitting down now, as you guys see. I'm sitting down. So. Haha, I love it. That's real footage of Mamma Mia. That is incredible. A video that went viral was created at this establishment. Yeah, at that establishment, right over there where I'm pointing. That's where Shannon Briggs took food off Vladimir Klitschko's plate, and that's where Vladimir Klitschko poured water on Shannon Briggs' head, and that's where some of the genesis of the Shannon Briggs Let's Go Champ movement began. Right there. So that's real boxing news. That's real, like. That's real deal boxing history here on True School Sports. So y'all wouldn't have known that if you didn't come here tonight, you know, at almost damn near 2 in the morning here. Let's see, 13. Wait, that's Artem Lobov's record, 13-15, and he's talking the way he's talking about fighters and boxing. I hope Paulie slaps him up then, because I thought, I mean, I don't know anything about MMA. I'm very ignorant to what goes on in MMA, because I don't follow MMA at all, really. I know on a very surface level, so he should get slapped. Andy Ruiz Jr. is the #1 heavyweight champion. Hey, if you want to think that, he's earned it. He's earned the right to have people like yourself think that. He beat Anthony Joshua, and that's what it is. So Klitschko was training in gyms around your area? Yeah, for up until the Tyson Fury fight, pretty much the majority of Vladimir Klitschko's whole heavyweight championship run, he did his training camps right out the heavyweight factory. So Emmanuel Stewart, Klitschko, Jonathan Banks, all them guys, they're at the heavyweight factory. That's where, that's why he was at Mamma Mia's right over there. That's why Klitschko went over there, because he was in the area. He was in the area. It's my understanding too that he has a house somewhere in Hollywood or Fort Lauderdale, a big house. So, and there are some big houses. So if I go like further north, and maybe on another day we'll go more north. I'll show you guys a bit more of South Florida, where I'm from, and I'll show you, because where I was at, it wasn't the ghetto, but it's pretty close to it. It's pretty close to the ghetto. If you make a left or a right, you're in the ghetto, where I was walking earlier before we got to downtown. But if I go further north from where I'm sitting, you'll see some real like $900,000, $2 million, $3 million houses here, So it's interesting the way they got South Florida set up. I think Shannon incidents were staged, in my opinion. I can't speak on that, but I can't speak on whether they were or they weren't. But I do know that both of them have I'm mutual friends with a lot of people that are cool with both of them, so it's not far-fetched, and I could see it definitely being a ploy to drum up some publicity. You think Teofimo can be stopped by Loma? I mean, it's very possible, man. I mean, I don't know. I think Teofimo is a great talent. I think he has the ingredients to be a great fighter. And I feel weird saying this, but like with Teofimo, I don't like the fact that he's gotten married. I mean, I know it's his personal life. I'm just a boxing fan, but with Teofimo, to get married so young, I just don't think it's smart. I don't think it's smart. I think it's really gonna fuck with his head, to be honest with you, if I'm being like blunt about it. Do you ride a bike or do you just walk everywhere? I do ride a bike. I ride a bike, I take Ubers, I run, and I do my fair share of walking as well. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. I mean, I could probably get a car, but I really don't want a car, man. Too much money and too much to manage, and really I don't drive nowhere crazy, so I'm pretty simple. Andy Ruiz, unified champ. Yep, Andy Ruiz, that guy right now. One of those guys. Bum City says these are his heavyweight rankings. So he's got Fury 1, which I agree with. Wilder 2. Okay, I agree with that. Ruiz 3, and Anthony Joshua 4. Femi 4. My rank is probably something similar to that. And I might have Ruiz 2, but Wilder 2. That's because of the title defenses, because of the knockouts, you gotta put him 2. But yeah, make sure y'all smash that like button. You know what? I'm gonna talk boxing. So if you wanna continue talking boxing, no problems. Drop your comments down below. I actually want to tell you guys a story. Something funny happened to me the other day. So there was this girl I went to high school with, right? It was interesting. So this girl, when she was in high school, she curved the shit out of me in high school. She was a blonde girl, blue eyes, nice body. A lot of guys wanted her in high school, and I was one of them. So I remember in high school, I used to get at her, and sometimes she would give me the time of day. But in high school, I wasn't that confident in high school. So really, the girls that I wanted to get, I normally didn't get them because I just didn't have that confidence, and I really had not a lot going on for myself at the time. But now time has passed, and she's seen like that I'm boxing now, and I got stuff going on in the boxing world, and I got millions of views on YouTube, and I built up a nice little following, right? And so she followed me on Instagram randomly, right? And she watches all my stories. So one day I decided to mess. I watched one of her stories, and in the clip she's like talking in a British accent. So she's like imagine a white country-looking girl with blonde hair and blue eyes talking in a British accent. So I made a joke with her. I said, "Oh, I didn't know you were from London," like, cause she sounded like she was from London. And then she's like, "Oh, well, now you know." So then I started joking around with her. I was like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna take you to the UK with me. You'll blend in real nicely, cause I'm going there in December." And then she was like, "Oh, a free trip? I'm down." And then I joked around with her. I was like, cause she knows in high school I was like, cause she's kind of a feminist, and I always thought feminism was a bullshit, and I even told her that in high school. We used to argue about it all the time. So I told her, I was like, nah, I'm just joking. I won't pay for you. I believe in equality for women. You need to pay your own way. And then she's like, oh, well, maybe next time. So it was hilarious. Like, so she wanted to chill when she thought she was getting something for free, but the minute I said I believed in equality for women, she said, oh no, I don't believe in equality no more. So it's fucking bullshit. But what's funny was that same girl, I told her, I was like, oh, yo, if you want, you can earn your way to the UK. If I like you, you could earn your way to the UK over time, and you can meet up me in South Florida. But then she didn't respond. But I thought that was funny how she wanted free stuff. So that's your story for the night. Fury definitely got robbed. You're damn right about that. Tyson Fury definitely got robbed. Weston and Plantation have nice big homes. You're damn right they do. Weston and Plantation are places that I cannot afford to live. But I mean, I had a lot of friends in Weston. I used to actually play baseball a lot when I was a kid out there in Weston. We used to go out there because I used to play baseball in Pines, and we used to have tournaments, and we used to go to Weston, and we used to mop the floor with those boys in Weston. Them white boys didn't want no smoke. Yo, you know what, Sheehy? I'm extremely happy you brought up MGTOW, because I've been for like I don't openly express my what I've been studying over the last time. But since you brought it up, I'll bring it up. Yeah, honestly, I think I'm slowly becoming a MGTOW. I'm on that red pill lifestyle, man. I'm on that free agent lifestyle, and I've been watching all those MGTOW channels. I've been watching all those MGTOW channels like Coach Greg Adams and LFA and Entrepreneurs in Cars. I've been watching all that shit, like binge watching it. Like when I'm editing videos, like you wouldn't believe it. When I'm editing videos here on YouTube and I'm waiting for the videos to process or upload, I'll binge watch MGTOW content, because literally when I went through what I went through last year with my ex, I was trying to figure out why the fuck she was behaving. And so MGTOW gave me a lot of understanding that I never had towards women. So, you know, I gotta give a big shout out to all those MGTOW channels called Coach Greg Adams, LFA, Entrepreneurs in Cars. Just them guys. Them guys been saving my life these last couple months. Straight up, making me become a better version of myself. Focus on what's really important, not women. SSB28. She is trying to use you as a rebound guy, from what it sounds like. Yeah, but I spotted her bullshit from a mile away, so that's why I'm saying, like, I joked around with her, but I'm never gonna simp for no female. You got me fucked up. I joked around with her to see what she would say, but I'm never gonna simp for none of these females ever again. You got me fucked up. Never. No way. Got too much going on. Got boxing stuff, you know, got traveling to do, money to make, places to see, goals to accomplish, life to live. There's no reason to do any of that. So if I do talk to girls, it's just for shits and giggles and to make myself laugh. It's never to get into anything serious, because you can't trust them. But yeah, Sheehy, MGTOW is the way to go. I'm gonna agree with you on that. MGTOW is the way to go. True School Sports. Do you think Andy Ruiz has what it takes to beat Wilder and Tyson Fury? Why not? Why doesn't he have what it takes to beat Wilder and Fury? Obviously, styles make fights. I think the fight against Fury or against Wilder will be a little bit better for Ruiz than Fury, because of the fact that if we look at Wilder, like, for example, he fought Artur Szpilka, right? And I know the fight ended in a devastating knockout, but Artur Szpilka is kind of like a shorter heavyweight. So with Artur Szpilka, you know, he's not even the most sound defensive boxer, and he was able to make Wilder miss, make Wilder pay, win rounds. So I don't know, man. I think Ruiz, with his work rate, with his counter punching, his toughness, his grit, his skill, his craft, his amateur pedigree, you know, I think he's a very, very tough fight for Wilder. Fury is a different story, because I just think Fury is on another level of boxing intelligence. And when I say boxing IQ, I don't just mean in the ring, but I also mean the psychology of boxing. And the reason I say these things is because when you really take the time to listen to Tyson Fury when he speaks in his interviews, and you gotta always be mindful of which interviews you watch, because Tyson Fury will not give the same type of interviews to Kugan Cassius that he does to the BBC or ESPN. He's different in the interviews. He's more real when he's talking to Kugan. So you have to watch the interviews with Kugan to really get the real Tyson Fury. And in those interviews, he breaks down heavyweight boxing, and he really understands what's going on with not just heavyweight boxing and his opponents, but with himself. And that's why I think he's always going to be a step ahead of these heavyweights, in my opinion. you know. Because it's one thing, you can't just have the skills and not have the psychology ring IQ. Fury has the ring IQ, the psychology, and he's got the skills in bunches to beat all these guys. And I think Ruiz would be an interesting fight for him, but I would see Fury outboxing him. Bro, it's really hard to trust Western girls or Westernized girls these days, man. I don't trust none of them. Like, literally, like, I don't know how many of you guys in here saw my videos with my ex-girlfriend, because she was actually on my channel. Like, she seemed, if you guys watching videos, all the comments were positive. They were saying, oh, you gotta keep her, she watches boxing with you, all this stuff. But she is just like any other woman. Like, she has her problems. She's not as bad as most girls in America, but she still did some really fucked up shit that I will not say on camera. But they're all the same in nature, man. They're all the same. There is no unicorns. There is no the one, you know. And I know eventually someone said you gotta eventually BT, you gotta settle. I don't know, man. Like, I've seen some stuff happen to my dad, like my pops, and his, you know, current situation, and it's making me desensitized to the whole idea of ever settling. Straight up, you know, maybe that's an empty way to live. Who knows? But if it's my bed, I gotta lay in it. You think Errol Spence Jr. would get Terrence Bud Crawford in the fall? I don't know, man. I hope so. I mean, that'd be definitely a treat for us boxing fans. I know with that fight, they've been very quiet, and you know, people are speculating that a fight is potentially in the works. My man Monda Solo S, salute, champ. What's up, champ? How you doing? Big Daddy, try and hit Fury clean. The man is Elastic Man. He is the best heavyweight boxer. Yeah, the guy is absolutely phenomenal. He's probably the only heavyweight champion fighting right now who I think could have been champion in the 90s or the 70s. You know, I think he's that good. I don't think Joshua would have been champion in the 90s or the 70s. I don't think Wilder would have been champion in the 90s or 70s. That's just my personal opinion. Bum City, it's very simple, BT. Just don't get married. You're damn right. I'll never get married. You got me fucked up. And honestly, like, I remember for a while I was going to church, and you know, I still believe in God. I have my faith in God. You know, shout out to my man Jesus Christ and all that stuff. But I don't believe in what the church tries to sell me with marriage. Like, they cannot sell me with the bullshit. All women are the same. I don't care if they're Christian, Muslim, Hindu, fucking, I don't care if they're atheists. Like, they're all the same. They all want the same things, and they will use the federal court systems against you. So yeah, man, I'm on that free agent lifestyle, MGTOW lifestyle. Shout out to all the MGTOW YouTube content creators who've been putting young men like myself on game to the bullshit we won't put you through if you let them. My man MBT Boxing, what's up, champ? I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing, bro? What you thinking about boxing these days? As far as, I mean, I know you got the heavyweight division. I know you're out there in Australia. So how you feeling about your main man Jeff Horn? I know I saw last time. I think he was sparring with Tim Costazu's son, Tim Tszyu. So shout out to Jeff Horn. Shout out to Australia. Andy Reeves was lucky. I don't think so. Fury had, wait, MGTOW is not good. Please explain to me, Hawker Mustang, why is MGTOW not good? I think, honestly, I don't want to say I've gone full MGTOW since my breakup, but I've gotten into a place where I've adopted a lot of the MGTOW philosophies, and it's helped me to focus more on life. I've been more productive on YouTube than I've ever been, more consistent. I mean, you guys can see, have I not been more consistent on YouTube over the last 2 to 4 to 5 months? As far as my uploads, you guys been getting more fucking True School Sports videos than ever. Fury had his chance versus Wilder and failed. The fight was close and he got dropped. I mean, he had his chance and he took it. He outboxed him and he got robbed. Bro, I've seen my friend, coworker break down and go crazy because of his girl. And yeah, and that was me. Bro, I remember in December, I'll never forget this shit. I remember in December when I was working my crappy job at Publix, making subs and sandwiches. Bro, I remember there was one day after work where I got into an argument with my ex-girlfriend about some stuff. And I remember I was talking to my dad about it. I was talking to my dad about it on the bench at this park. And I remember I broke down. I was crying for an hour over a bitch. It was horrible. I never want to get to that place again. I've never forgotten that. Anytime I think a girl is attractive, anytime I think a girl is like you know, anytime I think about like talking to a girl or getting in a relationship with them, I just think about that time where I was on that bench crying like a bitch for an hour, and that's enough to keep you. That's enough to keep you focused on what you got to do. If you're gonna get married, think about it. I'm not getting married. You got me fucked up. Never. MBT Boxing, on a bit of a YouTube sabbatical. I just love Andy Ruiz, man. Great story, great to witness. I like how Joshua's handling the law. Yeah, Joshua handling. I'm not gonna lie to you, MBT Boxing and the rest of you guys watching. The way Anthony Joshua has handled his loss has made me an actual like fan of his. Like, I mean, I've always been a fan of his, but I'm actually a big fan of his now, because it's one thing to smile and say all the right things when you're on top of the world and you're selling out arenas and you're that guy in boxing. But when you lose the way he did on a big stage like Madison Square Garden, it's another thing to act the way he did. So I think that's why I think he's gonna come back and become champion, and a lot of people are gonna eat their words, you know, and I'm rooting for him. So yeah, but it's good to see you, NBT Boxing. Great to have you on. Great to see you in the comments. Hope I'll get over to your channel, start getting over to your channel and checking out some of your content soon if you're dropping anything. Fury is the lineal champion since he took down Klitschko. Look up the lineal champion. Yes, I know the history of the lineal championship. You can trace it all the way back to the days of John L. Sullivan and James J. Corbett and Jack Johnson, all those guys. Joshua still a champ. I agree, champion. It's just a lie. Feminism for men. It's cultural Marxist Jewish BS. You think so? So then, what do you suggest, Hawker Mustang? What do you suggest? Because if you're a young man like myself, it's just a very gloomy situation to be a man in America and have these desires and have these things that you've been told your whole life, and then find out that they're not true, and then you don't want to really invest in women. So you tell me, what's the solution? AJ said he can't sleep since he lost. What's your age, man? I'm 24. I'm 24. I just turned 24 this past February. I'll be 25 next February. Most people think I'm 20 or 19 or 18 or 17 because I take care of myself. I work out. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I drink lots of water. So that's why I look younger than I actually am. Yeah, no, Joshua's taking his L like a champ. He's handling it graciously like a champion. And that's why I think he'll have a chance to become a world champion once again. MGTOW, more productive and saving money. Exactly. I mean, I know life's not all about money. But then again, that's what people judge you on. When you meet somebody, like when you meet somebody new, right? Especially when it's a woman, they don't say, "Oh, you know, tell me about your character." No, they say, "Tell me about your job, your occupation," because they want to see where they can classify you. All right? They can classify you and gauge your earning potential based on your occupation. Nobody, like most people, especially in the West, they don't give a fuck about your character. That's just a bonus to them, and they want to use your character to benefit themselves. So I'm just shooting it to you guys real, because I remember for a long time on YouTube, I used to talk on YouTube with a filter, but like literally I'm to a point now where if I want to say the word fuck, I say the word fuck. If I want to say the word bitch, I say the word bitch. If I want to talk proper and enunciate my words, I will enunciate my words. So that's what it is. What about Echo Falls? Yeah, well, Echo Falls, man. I might have to get the Echo. You know what? Ty-in Booth's been slacking, man. I might need to get the Echo Falls sponsorship for myself, but then people say I swagger jacked them, so I don't want that to happen. Brendan, True School Sports, Brendan. That's right, champ. That's right. Yo, didn't something happen to you, MBT Boxing? I remember like you posted a video of someone, and they were like some YouTube blogger guy. I forgot what it was. There was a big news story, and I think you posted it first, and you were getting posted everywhere. Bro, ain't who says life is not about money is bullshit. Money is a huge part of life. Try getting health insurance without money. Exactly. Try going to the grocery store and getting some getting a loaf of bread without money. You know, it's funny, they say like, oh well, money or love conquers all. It's about love. Well, go to your local Publix or Winn-Dixie and try to go buy some peanut butter and jelly with some love. Someone say YouTube made sense to you. No, I'm not popular enough yet. So I can start saying, I can still curse and get away with it for a little bit. Enjoy life, man. You got a lot to do before getting locked, but eventually most of us want a partner in life. Yeah, I don't think so, man. I've seen enough fuckery from women in my lifetime, to last me a lifetime. So I don't think so. A wife is just an expensive prostitute. Just don't give it up. Yeah, I agree. The Pula Jenny sushi kiss. I ruined Pulev's life, poor fella. Yes, it was you. That's what it was. It was the Pulev. It was the Pulev sushi thing. It was crazy because, yeah, man, that was insane. Sushi fucked that man's life up. He can't. He about to lose his boxer license. Dude, I was rooting for Joshua. It's almost a money, love. I agree. Cause you know what's funny? I even saw a woman. I was on Facebook the other day. I even saw a woman. Even a woman said, "Oh yeah, well you know, I want a man who offers me security, and you know, love doesn't pay bills." So even these women say love can't pay bills. So you know, focus on the money. You can lose a lot of money chasing women, but you'll never lose women chasing money. Straight up and down. And I learned that. You know, why do you think when you go on Instagram and you see these Anthony Joshua Instagram posts, just go look at the comments for any Anthony Joshua posts and go see how many girls you found with hard eyes that want to fuck the guy. Because money. It's money, status, and looks. That's what it all boils down to. It's a shallow world out there. You don't want to have kids? I mean, I do want to have kids, but at what cost, man? At what cost? At what, my sanity? At, you know, what, my mental health, my mental well-being? I mean, no. I mean, I can still have, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe I'll adopt kids, but I don't want to get married. Like, I want to avoid marriage as much as possible. Like, I want to avoid marriage like Deontay Wilder is avoiding trying to become the undisputed heavyweight champion. Like, that's how much I want to avoid marriage at this point. I want to avoid marriage like Deontay Wilder was avoiding that DAZN deal. And I want to avoid marriage like Shelly Finkel was avoiding Eddie Hearn when he was trying to agree to that $50 million and Shelly Finkel didn't want to discuss the terms. Like, that's where I'm at, you know. So, look, I don't knock anybody who makes a sacrifice to have kids. I don't knock it. Because it's a great sacrifice and it takes a lot of patience and you gotta really put yourself second. But I'll be honest with you, I'll be real. I don't want to put myself second. Straight up. Because I put myself second for 18 months. 18 months. And it just ended horribly. And it's taken me 9 months to feel like myself again. It's taken me 9 months to feel like the Brendan Taylor I was before I got with that woman. So I'm done with it. I'm done. I'll be here on YouTube. I'll continue pursuing, you know, excellence in the boxing game, covering it, giving you guys the best content I can. I'll travel. I'll enjoy my life. I will invest my money smartly, you know, intelligently into things that will allow my money to work for me, to set me up, you know, as I get older in life. And that's just what it's gonna be. If I don't have a wife and kids, then so be it, you know, because I've seen stuff my mom did to my dad, which I'm not gonna sit here and talk about on camera. That fucked me up when I was younger. Then I saw stuff, I'm seeing things now with this current situation that's fucking me up now. So I'm desensitized to it all. And I'm just being real with you guys here on True School Sports. I can be transparent about these things because I don't need to hide. I am who I am, I'm authentic, and I speak my piece. What else we got though? Because this is a boxing channel. This is not fucking, this is not freaking, you know, relationship advice. You got other channels for that. Will Ruiz get 50 million minimum if the rematch made in the UK? Absolutely not. There's no way in hell that's happening. But he can have his ambition and try. I don't blame him for trying. Men should have a test tube baby. Oh, you had Joshua 1, Wilder 2, and Fury. Nah, Fury. Ever since Fury boxed Wilder, he's always been my number one. Straight up. Fury been my number one. Straight up. The mistake Joshua did was getting comfortable after you knocked out Ruiz. If you paid attention, he was boxing beautifully the first rounds, but after he got hurt, he could never recuperate. Yeah, and it's all them damn weights. It's all the weights and him doing all this sports science training and becoming like a bodybuilder. You know, fuck all that. You need to get to a place where you can box for 15 rounds. Because a lot of these fighters fighting today, they can never last 15 rounds. Fury is one of the rare fighters I think that could fight in the 15-round era. But Joshua, he's always been, for most of his career, he's been a 6, 7, 8 round fighter. Wilder is a solid 12-round fighter. I think he proved that in the Fury fight. He's become that over time. He's grown into that. But Fury, his whole career, for the majority of his career, I would say the bulk of his career, Fury has been a guy who could fight in the 15-round era because he's got great conditioning. And you know, if you listen real closely to Fury's interviews, he says something very interesting. He says, I have the American style with the European conditioning. And he's basically saying that he's got the style of a slick, fast, quick twitch American fighter, but he has the conditioning of, I guess, I don't know, European. So I mean, but I like when he says that. I agree with it. Michael Kenneth, you cool, bro. Keeping it real with the audience, I respect it. Hey, I appreciate that, man, and I appreciate you appreciating what I'm saying. That's why, like, I've gotten to a place like I went through shit for months, guys. Like, that's why I got to a place where like I can literally get on camera. I can tell you guys about shit I went through. I can talk about depression. I can talk about anxiety. I can talk about mental health problems. You know, and I guess in a way that's kind of why I like Fury a lot, because while I was going through my own mental health problems, here he was fighting Wilder, overcoming his mental health problems and being an advocate for it. So I fuck with him heavy, and I mess with him a lot because of that. You know, I'm sorry if I'm cursing a lot, but I'm really passionate right now when I'm talking. And sometimes that happens when I'm talking. I think Fury can school Ruiz. I mean, if there was a man to do it, it's him. Tyson Fury's body is peak performance. I agree. Roman Chocolatito Gonzalez is back. His knee is okay now. Yeah, I actually was on his Instagram today. I tried to direct message him, but he didn't respond. So, you know, it is what it is. I took my shot, tried to DM my favorite boxer of all time. But I saw he was back in the gym today. He was doing sit-ups. He was hitting the punching bag. So it's good to see Chocolatito back in the gym. I want to see him back in the ring soon. I want to have fights of his to talk about. You know, Monday is his birthday. June 17th is his birthday. So maybe I'm thinking about doing like a special Roman Gonzalez appreciation video, because as many of you may know, Chocolatito is my favorite fighter of all time. So I want to see him fight Yafai or Estrada in the rematch. I really think even now he can give Estrada some serious problems. I think he's got the style to do it. I think he's more competitive in a rematch with Estrada than any of the other champions at 115 right now, because I don't think Yafai is beating him, and I don't think Nkaz is beating Estrada either. And didn't fight for years before he took on Wilder. He was also 150 pounds overweight. People forget the free. Exactly. They forget how far he came. They forget that the guy was so fat at one point. He could barely even say 5 sentences without huffing and puffing. I mean, so to see where he's come from that to now in such a short time, I mean, it gives people hope. It gives people inspiration. It gave me inspiration, because literally when that fight happened against Wilder and Fury, when he got up off the canvas, it gave me a lot of inspiration. It inspired me, because that was at like the peak, like right around the time that he fought Wilder, was that around the same time where I'm telling you guys that story about when I was on the bench and I cried for an hour, you know, about over a woman, you know. So that's why I like Fury, because I can identify with him, and he's a great fighter. Bro, get one of your trainers to do a video on how to throw good snappy left hook and right hooks. Okay, I'll do that. I'll file that one away. Maybe I can get Bo or Holyfield or McKinley to break that down, or maybe Jesse Robinson, you know. So I'll definitely keep that one filed away. Bro, you think it's a good idea for Joshua to run it back with Andy Ruiz his next fight, or should he take a tune-up? I think he should take. I don't even think he should take a tune-up. I really think Joshua should take some time off. Like, I think he should take the rest of the year off, to be honest with you. Take the rest of the year off, recuperate your mind, evaluate what you need, you know, any changes you may need to make with your team, you know, make those changes. Even if you don't make some changes, to take some time to mentally rest, because he just got off a long, you know, a good amount of time being heavyweight champion, and he had to deal with a lot of attention and media pressure. Now that we can lift it off him, so take some time, let your mind rest and decompress, make some changes to your team if need be, and get ready for the biggest training camp of your life. You know, you know, I would say take the rest of the year off, have a tune-up fight in the first quarter of next year, and then in the middle part of 2020, take one of those guys on. You know, that's how I would do it. My hooks feel like I'm pushing it rather than snapping. Yeah. For me, I was told, Bo always tells me, like, when I'm on the bag, like, I'll tell you what Bo tells me. Bo always says when I'm on the bag, because sometimes I have the habit too. Sometimes when I jab and then try to hook off my jab, my jab can get a bit, my hook gets a bit wide when I try to hook off my jab sometimes. So Bo always tells me to make sure I turn the shoulder and keep it tight. You know, I don't know if that's gonna help you, but I'll get them to give you a more in-depth breakdown. But I'm just telling you what he tells me. Chocolatito Gonzalez. Yes, Roman Gonzalez is my favorite fighter of all time. All time. I love Roman Gonzalez. You know, honestly, I'm boxing again, and I'm in great shape. It's actually a dream of mine. I want to spar with Roman Gonzalez. I want to spar 4 rounds with Chocolatito. That'd be like my dream. Yeah, Tom Schwartz is not being Tyson Fury. You got the game messed up. That's not happening. True. Can you see another possible upset happening sometime in the near future with either Wilder or Fury? I'll be honest with you. Look, Luis Ortiz is a talented fighter, but I just think he's so far past it that he's not beating Deontay Wilder. In fact, I expect another highlight reel knockout from Deontay Wilder when he fights Ortiz in the rematch. So, no. To answer your question, no. But this is heavyweight boxing. We see crazy things all the time. So, I could say no, but we said no about Ruiz. Look what happened. So, but I don't think there'll be an upset. I don't think there'll be an upset this week with Tom Schwartz. I just think Tom Schwartz doesn't have it in his locker or his skill set to beat Tyson Fury. At least with Ruiz, we knew that he had fast hands. We knew he had a chin. We knew that he had been in a championship fight with another top level fighter in Joseph Parker, and you know, damn near won. Probably should have won. So it's not like, you know, people kind of were saying, like, even before the fight, you know, don't sleep on Ruiz, he could fight. That was something that people kept saying with Ruiz. But with Tom Schwartz, this is a guy that struggled with the likes of Sined Gashi. And other than the puncher's chance and a small one at that, I don't see him having a prayer in hell at beating Tyson Fury. I give a 50% chance to Ortiz beating Wilder. I don't. I give him like a 20% chance. Wilder, maybe Wilder hasn't improved from a technical standpoint as a fighter, but mentally he has improved leaps and bounds since the last Ortiz fight. I think when you're a guy like Deontay Wilder, right? You got to look at it from his perspective, right? Tyson Fury had 2 fights and 3 training camps to get ready for Deontay Wilder, and he still got knocked down 2 times. So when you're Wilder and people are saying, oh, well, you can't box, you can't do this, and you can't do that, and you just fought a guy who's the slickest heavyweight in the world, probably the hardest guy to hit in the division. He had 2 fights and 3 training camps to try to be at his best against you, and you still knocked him down twice. You're going to be confident, and mentally, that's where he's improving. That's why I think he's going to go into this fight with Luis Ortiz. He's going to fight an old man who I think at this point, you know, will be no more than a 5-round fighter at best if Wilder doesn't hit him. And he will get ironed out and flattened. And that's just my humble opinion on the fight. But I'm hoping Ortiz can come and deliver a legendary, virtuoso, like just really good performance against Deontay Wilder, because you know, I love a good upset. Andre Ward has Wilder at number 6 in his pound rankings. Yeah, okay, well, that's why. No comment, man. No comment. Did he say why? Did he say why? But yeah, man, we're here. We're here at Young Circle, so we're here at Young Circle. You know, nice spot in South Florida. You know, normally you come out here, normally when you come out here, there's a lot of people out here, but right now it's pretty quiet. You know, it's like it's like noon Brendan time, because I don't operate by the world's time. I'll go by my own time. Let's see. My man Sheehy, what's up, champ? What's he saying? He's saying nope. What do you mean nope? Nope to what? When is Wilder? Oh, nope, he didn't. Ward didn't give his reasoning. Okay, well, that's pretty horrible. When is the Wilder Ortiz fight? There's no scheduled date as of yet, but they're saying, I'm hearing, I was reading September 28th and the negotiating Staples Center, so I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. You know what, guys? I want to tell you this. There's a fight on the Tyson Fury. I didn't make a video about this, but I probably should have made a video about this. There's a fight on the Tyson Fury Tom Schwartz undercard that I think has a chance to be a Fight of the Year candidate, because these 2 fighters have very vulnerable chins, and these are 2 fighters who have a lot to fight for. So when you get 2 guys who are vulnerable and are hungry to fight, you get really good fights. And that fight is Sullivan Barrera versus Jesse Hart. I think that's gonna be a good fight. Who the fuck is this? Are they whistling at me? If they're not whistling at me, I'll slap you silly. No, but Sullivan Brea versus Jesse Hart, I think will be a good fight because both of them guys are chinny. Both of them guys have shown themselves to get hurt. You know, it's funny with Sullivan Brea and Jesse Hart. I'll be honest with you, those are two fighters that frustrate the hell out of me because those are two fighters that I've picked multiple times in big fights, and those are guys who have let me down multiple times. So I'm not picking none of them because I'm not gonna have either one of them let me down for a third time. You got me messed up, straight up. I'm not doing it. But that Jesse Hart fight with Sullivan Brea, I don't know why. I have a good feeling about that fight being an exciting one. What do you guys think? What do you guys make of Sullivan Brea versus Jesse Hart? For those of you who don't know, the 13 of you here that don't know, Sullivan Brea versus Jesse Hart is on the Tyson Fury versus Wilder undercard. You also have I know Andy Vences. He's fighting Albert Bell on the undercard. I know that figures to be a solid fight in its own right. So looking forward to that one. Jesse Vargas versus Chris Algieri. That'd be a good one, man. Algieri. Well, that depends. I don't know. Where would that take place? Because isn't All right, Big Daddy. Good seeing you, champ. Take care, man. Take care, champ. Vargas versus Algieri. That one's an interesting one because when we talk Vargas and Algieri, it's like Vargas is, I believe, he's campaigning at what, 154 now, and Algieri, he's gonna make a run at 140. Like, he just won an eliminator fight, against Tommy Coyle, so he's gonna wanna, stay at 140. He's never lost at 140 either. How you guys doing? Good to see you. He's never lost a fight at 140, so he's gonna try to stay there and get a world title. Cause let's be real, Algieri's best weight, his best weight is at 140. He's never lost there. He's always been stronger, sturdier, better at the weight, all the way around. Vargas, he's at that 154. He just fought Humberto Soto, so good fight. If it happened, it really depends on what weight. If they fought at 147, I'd go with Vargas, stopping Algieri, because Algieri doesn't have the punching power to make Vargas respect him. I think they'll box him for a couple rounds, but Vargas will hit him probably with one of those pull right hand counters that, like, the same punch he landed on Saddam Ali when he got him out of there. So yeah, that's my take on that, if it ever happened. Michael Kenneth, all right, champ. Take care, man. I hope Algieri does well. He seems like a good dude. He is a good dude. I met Chris, was it once or twice? I'm gonna say it was twice. I met Chris twice. I met Chris once in 2016 at the media workouts and for his fight week versus Earl Spence, because I covered that fight. And I met him in 2017 at the Bermain Stavern Wilder media workout, and he was just nice to me. He was great. I might actually be seeing Chris Algieri soon because he's doing a book signing. He's doing a book signing June 22nd at the 5th Street Gym here in Miami, because he just made a book about boxing and nutrition called The Fighter's Kitchen. So I might go slide down there to Miami to 5th Street Gym with my pops, when we might try to go get some stuff with Chris Algieri. That might be something we need to go do. But very good dude, good fighter, respectable fighter. He's someone who had no amateur boxing experience, came into boxing with basically a kickboxing background to his name, and became world champion and carved out quite a career for himself, considering his experience. So I got a lot of respect and a lot of time for a guy like Chris Algieri. How many times a week do you do live chats, man? Well, okay, it's never really a set number. I'm trying to get on a consistent schedule. I always, at bare minimum, always have my live fight reactions every Saturday. So you always at least get one. The majority of the weeks, for big fights, you will get one live on a Saturday. But during the week, probably once or twice. So I would say in total, you get anywhere on a week where I don't go live during the week. So anywhere from 1 to 3. 1 to 3 is a good amount. But I'm trying to get to a place where people consistently see me at 2 to 5 or 3 to 5 a week, because believe it or not, when you make a lot of these videos, I make a lot of YouTube videos. You guys see I make a lot of YouTube videos, so there's not always time to answer comments. So these live chats are actually how I kind of connect with you guys a little more, and you guys get to know me more, and you can ask me things in real time and I can answer you in real time. So yeah, tomorrow. Oh, I should say later today. Today, later today, I do plan on going live again. There's fights going on Golden Boy. Golden Boy is having a fight card tonight. It'll just be prospects. Sinisa Estrada, a top world-class women's fighter, she'll be fighting. So that's why I'm going live. I'm gonna watch Sinisa Estrada do her thing because she's very easy on the eye, and I like watching her fight. She's actually one of the only female fighters worth a damn, in my humble opinion. I'm not trying to condemn female fighters, but really, many of them are not worth watching. But to me, I think she's worth watching. Very good fighter, slick, moves well, counter punches, and she's fine as hell. So why not? GGG is 37, still has snap at his punches. Boxers hold longer in life than speed, reaction timing. Oh, yeah, he still snapping his punches, but reflex are slowing down. And I just think that there's better fighters in the division. That's just my opinion on Triple G. But he's not a bad middleweight. He's still world class. He's still liable to knock anybody out at any given moment. I just don't think he's being Canelo or Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade. But I would like, especially with the Andrade fight, I would like for him to prove me wrong and fight Andrade, because then if he beats Andrade, I'm gonna start walking back home because my phone's on 27%, and I want to go home and eventually get some sleep. And so I'm gonna walk home while I'm talking to you guys. But with Boo Boo, if Triple G would have beat a guy like Boo Boo Andrade, right? He gets the WBO title, and then if he goes and fights Canelo, it's for undisputed. And then how much bigger is a third fight with Canelo? You see what I'm saying? So the fight doesn't just make sense because it's what True School Sports and BT wants, but it's a fight that makes sense because if he beats Andrade, first of all, he takes the O of a very, very talented and exceptional talent in boxing and Andrade, but then it gets him a belt. He's world champion again, and then he can leverage it out and get a bigger payday with Canelo, and that third fight with him in their trilogy is massively huge for undisputed. And then if he beats Canelo in the third fight and becomes undisputed, what a way to retire. What a way to retire, to go out on top, beating Canelo, showing the world. Delphine Pursuit winning 6 out of the 10 rounds of losing a title to the now undisputed champ has put me out to women's boxing for the meantime. I don't blame you, man. Honestly, I didn't see it quite that way. I thought it was a very close fight. I had it a draw. But I will say that if there was someone in that fight that did deserve the decision, it was Delphine Pursuit, not Katie Taylor. So I'll agree with you in the fact that I thought Pursuit probably deserved it more than Katie. She probably should have won the fight. But they're going to do a rematch more than likely. And, listen, to be honest with you, I'm watching this Sinisa Estrada fight because there's no other boxing on later on today. I want to watch boxing. Plus, me and her are cool. I don't want to say we're friends, but we know each other. She's cool. I've interviewed her a couple times. I have her number. We talk sometimes. And, she's attractive. So I'm going to watch Sinisa Estrada. I'm going to do my thing. I'll go live for it. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. But I'm walking home. What's my phone on? My phone is right now. My phone is on 25%. So we're damn near an hour and a half into what's been, this live right here that we're doing late at night. It just flew by because I'm not in a house. I'm not staring at the wall. I'm not sitting down. I'm moving around. There's life. There's people moving around me. I have to look around me to make sure I'm safe. And it was at a time where I'm more wide awake than usual. I'm always more wide awake around these hours than during the daytime. So it's just flowing by. But you all you keep smashing that like button. You let me know, drop your comments down below as far as boxing, or it don't even gotta necessarily be about boxing. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can talk about fucking baseball. We can talk about women. We can talk about goals, all kinds of stuff. Someone said, is Florida unsafe? Depends on what part of Florida you're talking about. I'm originally from Dania. I lived in Dania Beach my whole life. I'm in Hollywood, which is a neighboring city of Dania. Now, parts of Hollywood, traditionally speaking, parts of Hollywood are more dangerous than Dania. Dania is more safer than Hollywood. That is a fact, an undisputed fact at that. In the direction I'm walking in right now, it probably isn't the safest part to be in at night, but it is what it is, man. I ain't afraid of anything, and it's not that long of a walk, so Are the Yankees taking the American League East this year? I don't think so, champ. I got the Red Sox winning the AL East. Yankees are good though. They got a lot of firepower in that lineup. You know, I know they got my Miami's very own. I know he's not ours anymore, but Giancarlo Stanton, who I know is I think he's still injured. I'm not sure if he's still injured, but I know he was injured for a while. Oh my bad, not the Red Sox. I forgot the Rays in the AL East. So probably the Rays. The Rays probably win the AL East because I forgot the Rays are having a really good year. The Rays will probably win the AL East. You guys will probably battle out with Boston for second. Fight for a wild card spot. Kel Brooks said your channel is stupid. What problem Kel Brooks got with you? Do you have any proof that Kel Brooks actually said that? If you can't prove that that Kel Brooks said that, then I'm not gonna really take that statement too seriously. I'm just gonna view you as a troll. But if Kel Brooks did say that, I would say that Kel Brooks is entitled to his opinion, and irrespective of his opinion of True School Sports, that I'm still a massive fan of Kel Brooks. But for the most part, like, it depends. Like Miami, now believe it or not, people come to vacation in Miami because they see all the palm trees and Deco Drive and all that stuff. But truthfully, Miami is probably one of the most unsafe places in all of America. It's fucking horrible down there. I would never live in Miami. You couldn't pay me to live in Miami. Because like the part you guys see on television is such a small part of Miami. You got all the parts of Miami with all the Haitian gangs and drug cartels. I wouldn't do it. Never in a million years. This man says, I was at the press event and I said, what channels do you like and hate? And he stated True School Sports. I was like, what? Well, if you don't have any footage of that and if you can't prove it to me, I'm not gonna take what you're saying seriously. Why would Kel Brooks hate True School Sports? I've said nothing bad about Kel Brooks. If it was true, like, let's just say you're not a troll. If Kel Brooks did hate True School Sports, why would he hate True School Sports? I've never said anything bad about Kel Brooks. Exactly. What could I possibly say? What could I possibly say to have rattled Kel Brooks? If anything, Kel Brooks would love True School Sports. I've said nothing but good things about Kel Brooks. I love Kel Brooks. If Pacquiao beats Thurman, does he become fighter of the decade? I mean, he'll have a legitimate claim to it. Personally, for me, my fighter of the decade right now, at this moment in time, it's probably Roman Gonzalez. I think it's Roman Gonzalez. I mean, I don't really see any fighters doing what he did, you know, in this decade at least. That's so damn true. Miami, in the most part, not rich looking. Miami in general, not glamorous. No, Miami is, and that's the thing. That's why I hate when these people from like the Northeast and up north, they come to Miami and they think it's all sweet, and they think it's all like, they come to South Florida and think it's all sweet and it's all this and it's all glitz and glamour and pink and orange and flamingos and shit. It's not that. That's not the real Miami. That, you know, Miami Vice and Art Deco and all that nonsense. That's not Miami. Miami is a grimy place. Thankfully, I don't live in Miami. I live close to Miami, but I don't live in Miami. I live in Broward County, which I love a lot, which I'm so thankful I live in Broward County, not Miami. I would never trade places to live in Miami. I have him too, but Pac-Man is close. Yeah, Pac-Man, it's a two-horse race between Chocolatito and Manny Pacquiao. I bet you right now, though, like if the LDBC were in this chat, they would say, what, man? How you gonna say Chocolatito and Pacquiao are better than Andre Ward? Andre Ward won the Super 6. Andre Ward won the Super 6. I don't know, man. The gloves and IFL and others. Okay. Well, if what you're saying is true, my main man JJCC, whoever the hell JJCC is, email me. In fact, I'll type it for you down below. You can email me or message me on Instagram at JustAKidFromDania or at True School Sports, or you can tweet me at True School Sports. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. You can Message me on Facebook. My Facebook profile is in my about section on my YouTube channel profile. So I'm not a hard guy to reach, and that goes for any of you. Any of you watching this, if y'all ever want to talk to me or ask me a question, or you got a video suggestion or whatever, I'm very, 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 very easy to reach and easy to find. I don't have footage, but I'll ask him at the next press event. All right, you're making it sound legit, so if you get some footage of that, tell him. In fact, I want you to tell him. JJCC. You tell if what Kell Brook is saying is true. I want you to have him look into the camera and say, I hate True School Sports. True School Sports sucks, and I want him to state his reasons why. And then I'll respond to him if that's the case, because I like Kell Brook. I'm a massive Kell Brook fan, but can't please all. You can't please. If that's the case, then you can't please everybody. I don't know what I would say to make Kell Brook hate True School Sports. Oh damn! If that's the case, you're right actually, because Roman Gonzalez, you know, he's been beating these guys left, right, and center. He wanted all the smoke. He got all the smoke. Oh no. Kell Brook against Michael Zarafa was sad. Remember, I was live here on YouTube for that fight with my main man Alex, and it was sad, man, to watch Kell Brook go in there with the fighter in Zarafa, who was so, you know, ordinary, and to go in there against an ordinary fighter, and for him himself to look like such an ordinary fighter, it was nothing short of depressing, because Kell Brook, you know, on his day is one of the most exceptional fighters in boxing. You know, like the 2014, 2015 Kell Brook, the guy that fought Sean Porter, exceptional fighter. You know, even when he fought Triple G, right? Like when he fought Triple G, I know he got stopped and he lost. Okay, big deal. You know, he was a welterweight who lost the middleweight. But I mean, the moments he gave boxing fans in that fight. I mean, like in the third round when he was, or the second or third round when he was trading with Golovkin in the center of the ring. Okay, it wasn't the smart thing to do tactically or from a style standpoint, but I mean, he was hitting Golovkin with 3-4 punch combinations. I mean, when he hit him with an uppercut and he made Golovkin levitate off the ground, you know, that was a moment. You know, it's boxing's not, the thing I think fight fans don't understand is boxing is not always about wins and losses. I mean, obviously, you want to be a fighter who wins big fights, wins your big fights, and wins all the notable fights you're in, but it's also about the moments you give fans in those rounds. And Kell Brook gave fight fans moments in the ring, walk into the ring, you know, with all the lights playing. I mean, when he came out to the ring to all the lights against Golovkin at the Oats Arena, oh, one of the best entrances of all time. I don't care what you say. So that's just my opinion on Kell Brook. So Kell Brook can call me the worst channel in the world if that's the case, but I don't believe it until you got footage of it. So until you get footage of it, I'm not gonna believe you. But yeah, it's your boy BT. It's really late out here. Let's see. May the Schwartz be with you, my man Don Flamenco. What's up, Don? Yo, so I know you from South Florida, Don. So I can tell you where I'm at. I was just at Young Circle. I was at Young Circle. Who do I expect to win the Fighter of the Decade award, though? Okay, so that's a completely different question from who I think should win it. I think Fighter of the Decade will probably go to Canelo. Probably go to Canelo. It's gonna go to someone like Canelo or Floyd or Andre Ward, someone like that. I don't think it'll go to Roman Gonzalez. I actually don't think. The funny thing is, I think once Fighter of the Decade comes out, I think Roman Gonzalez is going to get very little consideration, because that's just how underrated and disrespected he gets by the media sometimes. I know the media is the ones who put him pound for pound in the first place, but once he lost to Wongwasai, it's almost like they just forgot how great he was. So I don't know. You know, I don't think his run in America, at least, I don't think he had enough of a run in America for him to get awarded that. Yeah, Young Circle's great, man. You missed it earlier. I was showing the people that were here live with me. Have you ever heard of Mamma Mia's Italian restaurant, Don? It's right on the corner of Young Circle. I was showing them Mamma Mia's Italian restaurant because that's where Shannon Briggs barged in on Vladimir Klitschko eating, and he ate food off his plate, and then Klitschko poured water on his head, and then Shannon got thrown out. I was putting people on some boxing history. I don't know if you knew that, but that's where that happened. You think Anthony will win next time? It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. If it's in the UK, I think Joshua gets it done. If it's in America, I think he'll beat I think Ruiz will beat Joshua. But yeah, Don, yeah, it was crazy because I was walking, right? I was walking because I've been live for like damn near well over an hour and a half already. But I was walking and I was talking to people, and then I saw Mama Mia's, and I said, you know what? I gotta put people on that aren't from South Florida about this boxing history. The fact that Shannon Briggs, you know, barged right in there at Mama Mia's. I've never been there. Is it good? Is it a good place to eat? I've seen it for years, but I've never actually been there. Might have to go there sometime. Mama Mia's. But yeah, Anthony Joshua in the UK I think will win the rematch because he'll get all the special treatment, he'll get the refs, he'll get all that stuff. If I was Ruiz, I wouldn't take that under any circumstances. I would have the fight either in America at MSG once again, or have it in Mexico. I do know that Andy Ruiz said that he's trying to get the fight to happen in Mexico at the Stadio Azteca, the big soccer stadium with like 100,000 seats. That would be massive. That'd be insane. They should do that. I like that idea. So right now, guys, my phone is on 13%. Right now, my phone is on 13%. So if this cuts off at any point, it's not because I cut it off. It's just because my phone died. So I'm walking home. Gotta keep my head on the swivel around here. Let's go, champ. He said, if it's in the UK, the ref will be instructed to not let them fight inside. Joseph Parker 2.0. Yeah, but that's what I foresee myself. I don't want to see another fight like that because I hated that Joseph Parker fight. And I always wondered to myself, like, what would have happened if Joseph Parker got a chance to work on the inside? You know, because Parker's a talented fighter. He's a good fighter. You want to make a popular vid? Upload a vid on the effects of taking punches long-term in boxing. Yeah, that's a great idea. You know what? I might take you up on that, Michael. I'm gonna take you up on that. I'm gonna put that one in the queue of videos I gotta do, because I got so many videos I gotta do. You don't even know. I got like, what is it? About an hour of Holyfield footage to go through. I got like 3 or 4 prospect videos I'm working on. I got all the live stuff. I got all the news that may come out. Kell Brook fighting Crawford. Why no agreement is made? Is Kell Brook's career in the back? Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That for Crawford right now, that fight make a lot of sense. Kell Brook's a name, former world champion. You know, was once an exceptional fighter at welterweight. Now he's just a guy that you can beat and get a name off of, get a name on your resume from. So, you know. There's no agreement in place, maybe because they're negotiating something else. What round does Inoue sleep Donaire? I'm going to go with the 5th. I think Donaire's experience will carry him through a couple rounds. But I don't know, man. Inoue is just blasting through these guys left and right. So he might... if he gets... I'm telling you right now. If he stops Donaire, I'm going to put you guys like this. I got Usyk pound for pound number 1. I got Inoue pound for pound number 2 right now. If Inoue stops Donaire in 3 rounds or less, he's my pound for pound king of boxing. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I mean, Jesus. He'll have won the tournament in damn near 10 minutes. Down some gangster stuff. Straight up. Fury fight, who you got? Warrington fight, who you got? I have Tyson Fury stopping Tom Schwartz in dominant fashion. I'm going to go 7th round, 6th round, something along in the neighborhood. Warrington Galahad, that's hard for me to make a real prediction, because Warrington Galahad, I don't know much about Kid Galahad. To be honest with you, I haven't seen enough of his fights to have like a real legitimate opinion. So I'm not going to sit here and bullshit my way through a prediction. But a lot of people I do know are picking Kid Galahad. I know he's a good big puncher from what I've heard and from the little bit I have seen. So yeah, should be a good fight. I really want to see the fight. Honestly, of all the fights taking place this week, if you guys really want to be real, the fight I'm most looking forward to out of all the fights on all the cards this week, I really want to see what's going to happen with that Jesse Hart versus Sullivan Barrera. That's a good matchup, in my humble opinion. Sullivan Barrera versus Jesse Hart is a very, very good matchup. Hawker Mustang is from Arkansas. I didn't know that. Shout out to Arkansas. Shout out to what is it? Jonesboro, Arkansas. I remember Stone Cold Steve Austin on WWE. He did one of my favorite wrestling promos in Jonesboro, Arkansas, where he was talking about drinking beer and vodka, and whiskey and tequila. He was like, I'm gonna drink 1 beer, 2 beers, 3 beers, a shot of whiskey, a margarita, a Bloody Mary, and some more beer. And it was all in Jonesboro, Arkansas. That's one of my favorite wrestling promos. I watch it like every month and a half. I probably watch that promo. It's really good. But yeah, patrolling the streets of Hollywood. You heard about Eddie Hearn suing the WBC? I have heard about Eddie Hearn suing the WBC. I think he should. Dude, White's been #1 for like 500 days. Kid Galahad is decent, got power, but he's not fought anybody. Warrington underrated himself. That kid's engine is ridiculous. Yeah, Warrington's got probably one. If you told me to make a list of the top 5 best work rates of guys with stamina in boxing, he's on that list, man. Without that stamina, he's not world champion. So I think his stamina, his work rate, that's gotten to where he's at. You know, personally, battery down to 18%. My battery is down to 8%. You know, y'all don't have too much time left with me, so I'm almost home. But y'all don't have too much more time left with me. So, you know, this has been really fun. I mean, let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys like this better, like when I go live late at night? Because I might do this more often because I'm more awake. I'm more engaged at this time during the week. So what you guys think? Trying to get some feedback. I'm doing some consumer/market research here. Michael Kenneth said, damn. What you mean, damn? Damn what? Oh, as far as my battery, yeah. 6% now. This junk is crazy. Guys, that's why before I go live on this iPhone, I need to make sure this junk is charged at 100%. Past my bedtime? No, it's not past my bedtime. I usually go to bed at like 4 a.m. 4 a.m., 3 a.m., all the time. Late night streams are good. Michael likes it. So okay, so I'll try to do more of these, man. I'll try to do more of these because you guys seem to like them. I remember I did one a couple weeks ago, but my iPhone was acting up. So I'll continue doing more of these. I'll try to organize my thoughts more. But I like these. I like it. You know, where we walk and talk, and maybe I'll start going to like significant parts of South Florida and show you guys around where I'm from, and you guys can enjoy that because I know a lot of you guys are not from where I'm from. Which iPhone? I got a 6. I got the 6. Someone said, why are you walking? I'm walking because I'm walking to clear my mind, man. You know, sometimes I'm on the computer all day, you know, working on YouTube stuff, you know, so I gotta get outside sometimes. I gotta be a human being at times, you know. You and I can't be a robot. Oh yeah, I will 1000% under any and all. Oh my God, sprinklers, Jesus! Under any and all circumstances, I'll definitely be live for that fight. No doubt about it. You're siding with the WBC? Okay, fair play to you. Fair play to you, champ. You need a dog to walk with. I need to be able to afford a dog first. Maybe, man, maybe. Get me a golden retriever or something. I don't know, a Rottweiler, a pit bull. Not only the WBC, IBF is cool. You know, it's funny. The IBO headquarters is actually in Miami. I actually discovered that a couple months ago. The IBO headquarters is in Miami. I thought about interviewing them, but then I'm like, man, do I really want to interview the IBO and maybe potentially give them more credit? What's your opinion on Wilder missing out on the $100 million fight with AJ before the defeat? I think he blew a big opportunity, and he's an idiot. He's an idiot. His whole teams are idiots. I think he's an idiot, straight up. A great fighter, you know, a fantastic fighter to watch, but he's an idiot. Why would you pass up an opportunity to do all that? But he made $30 million on fours, and God bless him, you know. That's a lot of taxes he's still paying, but he could have made more. Could have paid more taxes, you know. Could have had more taxes. Could have dealt Uncle Sam some more. I will never support Beyonce. I won't either. I won't support her either. She's promoting feminism way too hard. Way too hard. Straight up. She had that one song. She's like, who rules the world? Girls. I'm like, bitch. Excuse my language, but bitch. Like, no, you don't. Beyonce Wilder. Oh, you're talking about Beyonce. Talking about Beyonce Wilder. I was talking about Beyonce in general, though. Yeah, there's definitely corruption in pro boxing. I've been privy to seeing some of it behind the scenes, and I could probably explain that to you guys later on in a different hangout when I have more battery and more time. I've dealt with promoters personally. I've seen stuff that promoters have said behind the scenes personally, and I can actually probably talk about some of that on camera. I won't talk about all of it, but the next time I'm live, you guys remind me to talk about promoters in boxing and some of the things I've seen, and I'll tell you guys some of the things I've seen and heard about how promoters screw fighters over, how promoters finagle the rankings with other sanctioning bodies, and also I'll also tell you about how promoters have screwed over fighters, because I know a couple of stories that I can tell you about how promoters have screwed over fighters. So if you guys want to talk, if you guys want to hear about that kind of stuff, just please remind me on the next live when you see me. Remind me, please, because I will forget. Because my phone's gonna die. I'm on 1%, so I'm gonna die. My phone's gonna die anytime in the next minute or so. So I'm actually gonna get off now, but it was a pleasure talking to you guys. I'm about to be home in like 2 minutes, so I'll be home safely. You guys have a great night. God bless. Keep supporting True School Sports. There's tons of videos coming out on upcoming fights, interviews, all that stuff. And the dude I sparred, he wasn't a heavyweight, he was a super middleweight, just so you know. And I took the punch pretty well. And I beat myself more than anything because I was on my toes, flat-footed. I wasn't bouncing on my toes. But you guys have a great night. Take care. Please remind me about the stories and the promoters later, and I'll talk to you guys about that in the next live. So yeah, just be safe. Have a nice night, and take care.